Good afternoon. Uh,
Good
last class,
afternoon, sir.
we discussed regarding research design, and we have seen the types of research design in last class also, in earlier classes also. But in detail, we will be studying in this model. And today we will be studying regarding the importance of research design and what are the basics of exploratory research and conclusive research. So the following are the importance of research design whenever we are going for the research. The first is it may result in the preferred kind of study with helpful conclusion. So when you have a design, obviously it's a blueprint. So you are doing a preferred kind of study that where you are exactly interested, and that will lead to the helpful conclusion. And it cut down in on inaccuracy, because whenever if you are not have a particular design or particular blueprint how you are going to do your research, so obviously there we can find some inaccuracy. But if you are going through the proper method with the research design, so obviously we'll get the accurate results. Next is allows you to get optimum efficiency and reliability. So the efficiency and reliability is the main purpose of any research, because we can rely on the data, and whatever we are doing the research, it should be efficient and reduce wastage of time, because you know what to do on a schedule wise or a process wise. So that obviously will reduce the time. Next, to reduce uncertainty, obviously, because you have a plan, confusion and practical haphazard related to any research problem. So obviously, if you have not any plan, so obviously you will be facing some uncertainty, some confusion, what exactly need to be done, and any practicable haphazard comes. Because if you have a plan, so obviously you will move in a particular direction, and there is no need to worry about haphazard way doing or any confusion what I'm going to do the next, whether I'm doing the right thing or not, because already you have designed your research. Next is of great help for collection of research material and testing of hypothesis, because the flow will let you know what exactly and process you have to do and what type of data has to be collected, how has to be collected. Everything is already designed in the research design. Okay, so next is it is a guide for giving research the right path, how you have to go for it, gets rid of bias and marginal errors. So obviously bias will be there whenever research goes on, but if you have a proper design with you, and any errors could be happen, but design help you to rid of it. So you can solve it with the help of the design. Next is provides an idea concerning the type of resources needed in terms of money, effort, time, and manpower. So when we design a particular research, so obviously you will come to know how much time is required, okay, how much effort you need to put in there, how many manpower, if it is going in a very big way or a large way, if it is a marketing research, and how much money we need to invest over there, especially when we are going for research, because research also cost that we already seen. Next is the smooth and efficient sailing. So smooth because, so the simple thing, if you have designed that these are the steps I need to follow, obviously things will move very smooth. And efficient sailing, it's all about any going in a wrong way, or you are properly going in the direction. Okay, it's all about setting the boundaries in which you have to work, and any blind search which is should be prevented. Next is maximizes reliability of results. So because we have seen in the last point itself, so reliability matters a lot when we are doing research, because the outcome and whatever conclusion we are finding, it's all totally depends on the data we have collected. So we can rely on that, and whatever has been collected is genuine. Provides firm foundation to the endeavor. Avoids misleading conclusions and thoughtless, useless exercises. So misleading conclusion always happen if you are not done the project or any research in a proper way. Or any there should, if you are designing something, obviously you have decided the right topic where you have interested. So thoughtless, useless exercise will be reduced. Next is provides opportunity to anticipate flaws and inadequacy. So anticipate flaws means any uncertainty which are going to happen in future. So that can be anticipated, okay. And inadequacy also you can see, okay, what problems we might face in going for the research. You will be coming to know advance itself. Incorporates by learning from other people's critical comments and evaluations. So if you see other people's and critical comment and evaluation is all about the you can say researcher or guide or external evaluator or internal evaluator. So that will be incorporated. So they will check it and they will comment where it's need to be improved and what things has to be changed, and they will evaluate the thing. This is the classification of research design. I think in the first unit itself, we have seen this. So it has two. One is exploratory research design and conclusive research design, and conclusive descriptive research and casual research. So again, in descriptive research, we have cross-sectional and longitudinal design. And again, in cross-sectional design, we have single cross-sectional design and a multiple cross-sectional design. So this is all about the research design, how we are going for it. If you talk about exploratory design, it explores the research question and does not intend to offer final result. So here you are going for explore opportunity. Conducted in order to determine the nature of the problem, what type of it is. Exploratory research is flexible and can address research question all types that we have seen in our last class. What, why, how this thing happened, how it started, and all questions will be answered in exploration. It leads to generation of new ideas and assumption, development of tentative theories of hypothesis. So once you have started the doing research and you have decided that the research will be on the basis of exploratory, okay, so you will bring some ideas and there will be an assumption before doing any research. So you can develop some hypothesis, or you can say tentative hypothesis, not exact, tentative hypothesis. Later on, you can change it. Exploratory studies help establish research priorities. Okay, so this is one of the important thing you can say. The priority is given for the you can put up. So as you can establish, okay, what exactly your research priorities are. You have to decide and where you are going to study it. Provides an opportunity to define new terms and clarify existing concepts. Okay, so new terms is something you are exploring something new, and whichever already existed, you can clarify them. Next, the research process underpinning exploratory studies is flexible but often unstructured, so leading to only tentative results that have limited value in decision making. So this is one of the disadvantage. You can say that whatever results are coming, they're exploratory and the value is limited, and there will be a problem in taking the decision. Conclusive design. So here it provides information that helps the executive make a rational decision. Okay, that is exploratory and this is conclusive. And already the details of this we have studied in our the last classes also. It is the research designed to assist the decision maker in determining, evaluating, and selecting the best course of action to take in a given situation, any cases which have happened. So here the design is in the way that, so it's going to help or assist the decision making process regarding you can determine the thing, you can evaluate them, and you can select them. Okay, best course of action means selecting the best decision of the particular situation. Information needed is clearly defined. What exactly you need, okay, what information exactly you require, that will be clearly defined. Research process is formal and structured over here in conclusive design, and findings are used as input to decision making. This is regarding conclusive. Now, further, if you see, the conclusive research uses statistical test. Okay, that we discussed different type of tests we will be doing. Advanced analytical techniques and larger sample size will be taken compared with exploratory studies which are explored. Conclusive research is more likely to use quantitative rather than qualitative techniques. So here the survey will be done in the way that so you will be collecting the data on quantitative basis rather than the qualitative basis. So here you can quantify and you can select the large number of population. You can say the universe and you can go for it and you can analyze with the statistical tools. In conclusive research, we have two types. One is descriptive and another one is the casual experimental process. So these two in detail regarding exploratory research and the conclusive research we will see in next classes. Next classes we will be studying regarding the exploratory research. Okay, so we will be going very slow because this is all the practical type of the subject. If lockdown over, then we can go very fast when we start classrooms. Okay. So this is regarding today's class. If you have any doubt, you can ask.